Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to take a look at the Xanathar figure recently released by Hasbro. This was available on the Hasbro Pulse website, app, whatever, you know. Pretty sweet to finally have a Beholder action figure. As you can see, he's got some features and stuff, you know, like his tentacle, eyeball, eye stalks, whatever you want to call them, move around and stuff. That's your articulation. His eyeball can shift around and everything. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure his mouth can move. He comes with Zilgar, his goldfish, a pile of gold. Pretty sweet. He's supposed to be pretty hefty. And of course, we've got our Dritz and our Gwenhyver over here just to, you know, go with the D&D theme and match him up with some things. So let's go ahead and pull him out and check him out. We're super excited. Real interesting packaging. This corner piece that was like this and everything, that is where it's gonna pull up, and then the side's gonna pull out. And get rid of this. Inside that packaging, we've got these 3 boxes, so we're gonna go ahead and pull these apart, as well as our little instruction pamphlet. But let's get these open. Just opened up one of the boxes and pulled out all of these parts that are just kind of packaged up together. Interesting way of going about doing that. It looks like these are probably our tentacles, and this is our eye, perhaps, or maybe that's Zilgar. Who knows? But yeah, just very interesting. Never seen something like that. God damn, look at this guy. He is a beast. Oh, fuck yes, dude. Look how big that guy is. Oh my god, he didn't even have any of his tentacles. Like, oh my god, look at him. Oh man, this guy's actually kind of cool. What we got here? A little eyeball movement. That is pretty sweet. We'll fix the lighting to really mess about with it. Oh man, that's so sweet. And he's hefty. Like, I could chuck that and knock somebody the fuck out. How are you gonna go on there? That's what I want to know. I have to fuck around with it and figure out a good position for you on this, I guess. There you go. I take that. Alright, let's pull everything else out and check him out more. Alright, so we pulled everything out of here, and we're going to take a good look at what all this guy really has to offer. Just real quick, we're just gonna... Oh, God, that actually looks so much better than what I was expecting. He's got this little thingy. Oh, you can go forward, back, twist. That's super cool. Being able to move that eye, look up, look down. Oh, that's so cool. And if we can see that little contraption there, that's that whole eye thing and everything. And you could twist, pull forward, pull back. Pretty sweet. That mouth, you can just move that as you please. And this is, of course, where everything's going to slot in at. And he does rest on this pile of gold pretty nicely. We've got Zilgar. Cool. It is actually pretty cool and everything, but I mean, like, the fucking seam at the side just really fucking ruins it for me, especially with the position of Zilgar in there. Like, I would have preferred displaying him like this and not having that in my way, but, you know, this works. This works. You get this little pamphlet, has, you know, how he goes on there and all that good stuff. And he doesn't slot into anything. And then we've got, if we look, I would say, so 1, 6, 2, 4, 3, blah, blah, blah. That all sounds good. If we look at these, where's the numbers? There's the, right there. See, this is number 7. Number 10. So they got them all nice and labeled out, which is pretty cool. I was concerned how they would end up doing this. We'll see if you can actually see those numbers and if that kind of ruins it, but I don't think so, because it looks like these grooves are deep enough to cover all of that up. I'm going to mess around with these because I'm probably going to end up having to soak these in like some hot water or use a hair dryer or hot air gun, you know, like something like that, heat gun, to kind of try to get them in there. I don't like shoving joints together. Be right back. All right, now there we have him. Look at it. That is so sweet. I love it. You're watching me nerd out with this now. This is pretty cool. Let's see if we come out just a little bit. Right there, for all ready for your water deep heist and everything. Imagine showing up to your game and like they're just like, so anyway, here's Xanathar, and they just bust this out instead of a mini. This is so fucking cool. Like, if you're a D&D fanatic, if you're an action figure fan, like, you know, monsters and stuff, like, this is definitely something I recommend. Like, I mean, I have gripes. I definitely have gripes. Who doesn't have gripes? Nothing's perfect. Things can always be improved and everything. These all went in really smooth. Really, really smoothly. I didn't end up needing to go get any water or heat or anything. Like, the tips are like kind of rubbery and everything. It still was a little bit pain trying to get them in there and everything. This base definitely, it works. Obviously it's working, but it's not like you can just set them on there and it's good. Like, you gotta put them on there a certain way. And that's the thing that I don't like. But then I have confusion. I have questions. Like, there's just, like, on the back here and everything, like, I mean, you've got a few eyes that are looking directly at the back and everything. There is no articulation on any of the eye stalks and everything. Like, I kind of expected when they showed them off first and everything, like, all of these little joint areas would be, you know, joints. And I am kind of disappointed that there's no joints and everything. But, you know, you got all of his bedazzling bling, all of his treasury stuff and everything. Like, his eyes, I feel like they really cheaped out on these eyes. Like, the only saving grace is that they actually did do your different colors and everything. Like, you've got your reds and your greens and stuff. So, like, that's cool. But, like, they look kind of shitty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these eyes don't look that great. Let's see if we can really get in on one of these eyes here. It's literally just gold with like a dash of red or green. But they definitely do have a saving grace in the fact that he looks so good. Like, his teeth, his tongue. I'm wondering if this tongue has articulation. Can you move this thing around? No? Doesn't seem like it. It's not easily if it does. No? Oh well. See if we get a complete closed mouth. Looks very cool, very menacing. These teeth are rubbery. That mouth does open up pretty wide. Look at that. Like, that's just so cool. Just, you know, ah. And he's hefty. Like, he's massive, dude. Like, he should not be that big. I love it. Like, because you don't get big monsters anymore. I do like it. I will say I don't think scaling is right. Like, for everything else they're doing D&D wise and everything, like, let's bring up Gwenhyver, bring up Drist. He stands just about as tall as this guy does and everything. Like, there's not much of a height difference. And, like, you know, when you're thinking, like, you know, D&D, you're thinking countering a beholder and everything. Like, he should be a little bit on the larger side, shouldn't he? Or is that just me? Like, you know, like, I just think, like, he should be, like, a little bit bigger here and everything to properly scale it out. But, you know, that's just me. He still does definitely look cool. And not to mention that goldfish is oversized. But, you know, like, I mean, that's funny. That's just funny. But, oh my God, he's cool. I'm nerding out. I'm having fun with him right now, and like we're just gonna carry on. Whatever, fall over. Let's look at him, because if we remember, our Drist was what, just at that 6 mark. Yep. Now, if we're just going ground base of it all and everything to say the top here, we're at that like 7-inch mark and everything. So if you go to the tip of like your, I mean, like, you know, we can do that. Just say a solid 8 inches here and everything. You know, you could get a little bit more, give or take. If you want to go just that body, though, let's see, the best way to really do this would be he's about 5 and a half ish. No, he's about 5 inches. He's about 5 inches altogether and everything. But like, I mean, he's just a big hulking thing. He is great. I dig him. He is big. He is literally about what I expected him to be, honestly. Let's take a good side look here. Paint on him is definitely a little bit better than I expected, to be honest. Like, I really expected him to come in looking kind of bland and everything, but he looks pretty cool. The excitement on him is definitely going to wear down for me. But, like, just having a monster, just a giant monster. Look at him, and he looks so cool. Let's back this up a little bit, see if we can get all of him in frame here. Yeah, look at him. He's a hulking baby. Look at that beholder. And like you've got these little ones in the back that kind of like give you that little range of like looking around. You've definitely got one looking all over the place. I mean, super cool. Super cool. This base, though, it's so hard to handle. So cool. Literally just plastic, cheap. Looks like gold. Looks like there's some goblets and stuff mixed in. Looks like there's like a kind of shitty skull mixed in there and everything. My biggest thing that I am curious about with him, though, what was their ideal and plan for these 4 little holes? Because it's almost like they designed him to have some kind of other like invisible stand or something that like maybe he could levitate off there with and everything, and they just like kind of kept that in the final design. It'd be cool to find something that just pronged him up like that and everything and just had him free floating. That would be super cool. And like, I mean, that almost looks like that could peg in there. Yeah, there you go. You can take. You think? Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Now that we got all of that done out of the way, the only things that I have, I wish you could open and close the eye. I think that would have been a great feature too and everything, just to have another hinge like the jaw and everything for the eyelid to like be able to kind of give that expression. I think that would have like thrown this over the top. Articulation on the eye stalks and some kind of stand for both his fish and himself and everything. Those 4 prongs on his back, I feel need something that he could slot into, that could slot into the base or something like that. Zilgar at the bottom of him, he has like, oh, we're getting old here. Let's wait for this to spin around. But on the bottom, he has a hollow opening where you could literally like slot like a pole in, and then like he could be sitting like up on like as like a accessory kind of thing. Like, you could totally modify that, put him on like a straw or something, and like have him like have an elevated level. But I think it'd be super cool if he had like an invisible like stand thing or something, you know, to like kind of like beholder fly, beholder levitate, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, he needs to be able to come up off that a little bit just for like display purposes and everything. And like, you know you're going to go sit down at a table and your DM's gonna pull this bad bitch out and everything. And the more that Hasbro keeps doing monsters, I'm sure you're gonna see a lot of that. And I'm excited to see if they do a Tiamat at this point. Like, you know, like give me a fucking HasLab Tiamat. But Thanks, guys, for joining and taking a look at this guy with me. I think this guy's super cool. Yeah, I mean, Hasbro really did a decent job on this guy. Like I said, I've got minor complaints. All in all, great. I'm pretty satisfied with him. Badass. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.